From our vantage point on Earth, the moon looks pretty small. But if you were to hop in a spaceship, put on a spacesuit, and go on an epic lunar hike, how long would it take to walk all the way around it? The answer depends on a lot of factors, including how fast you can go, how much time you spend every day walking, and what detours you'll need to take to avoid dangerous terrain. A total of 12 humans have stepped foot on the lunar surface, all of whom were a part of the Apollo missions between 1969 and 1972. The footage that was beamed back to Earth showed how challenging it was to walk around in the moon's low gravity, which is 1/6 the gravity of Earth. Some predictions show it could take longer than a year to walk around the moon. However, research from NASA has since suggested that it is possible for humans to maneuver much faster on the moon than the Apollo astronauts did. During the Apollo missions, astronauts bounced around the surface at a casual 1.4 miles per hour, according to NASA. This slow speed was mainly due to their clunky, pressurized spacesuits that were not designed with mobility in mind. If the moonwalkers had sported sleeker suits, they might have found it a lot easier to move and, as a result, picked up the pace. In 2014, a NASA study tested how fast humans could walk and run in simulated lunar gravity. To do this, the team got 8 participants to use a treadmill on board a DC-9 aircraft, which flew to simulate gravity on the moon for up to 20 seconds at a time. This experiment revealed that the participants were able to walk up to 3.1 miles per hour before breaking into a run. This is not only more than double the walking speed managed by the Apollo astronauts, but also fairly close to the 4.5 mile per hour average maximum walking speed on Earth, according to the researchers. The participants pulled off these fast speeds because they were able to freely swing their arms, similar to how humans run on Earth. At this new hypothetical max speed, it would take about 91 days to walk the 6,786 mile circumference of the moon. For context, it would take around 334 days to walk non-stop around the 24,901 mile circumference of Earth at this speed, although it is impossible to do so because of the oceans. Obviously, it's not possible to walk non-stop for 91 days, so the actual walk around the moon would take much longer. Walking around the moon also poses a number of different challenges. One of the biggest challenges would be carrying supplies such as food, water, and oxygen. You wouldn't be carrying them in your backpack because it would be far too much mass even on the moon's 1/6 Earth gravity. Therefore, you would need to have a support vehicle with you. This vehicle could also double as a shelter. A lot of agencies are looking into this concept already. These vehicles could actually support the astronauts when they're doing exploration missions, kind of like portable mini bases. You could use that to go in at night and resupply, and then go back out during the day and walk around again. Moon adventurers would also need a spacesuit with a design that allows for optimal movement. Current spacesuits are still not created with excessive locomotion in mind, but some agencies are developing form-fitting suits that will allow for the arm swing necessary to walk properly on the moon. The moon's harsh terrain would also make finding a suitable route around it quite tricky, especially with meteor craters that can be several miles deep. You would also have to factor in light and temperature when planning the route. At the equator of the moon and during the day, you're looking at temperatures at around 212 degrees Fahrenheit, and then at nighttime, it drops to minus 292 degrees Fahrenheit. The lunar cycle also means there are days when there is little or no sunlight, and at least half the journey would have to be done in the dark. Providing protection against these extreme temperatures could be possible with specially designed suits and the rover for protection, but the temperatures could also affect how fast you could walk on the moon. However, radiation could pose an even greater danger. Unlike Earth, the moon does not have a magnetic field that helps deflect radiation from reaching its surface. If there was a solar flare, then you'd be hit by high levels of radiation. This type of mission would also require a huge amount of endurance training because of the demands of exercising in low gravity on your muscles and cardiovascular system. You'd have to send an astronaut with ultra marathon level fitness to do it. Even then, walking at top speed would be possible only for around 3 to 4 hours a day. So, if a person walked at 3.1 miles per hour for 4 hours a day, then it would take an estimated 547 days or nearly 1.5 years to walk the moon's circumference, assuming your route isn't too disrupted by craters and you can deal with the temperature changes and radiation. However, humans won't have the technology or equipment to accomplish such a feat until at least the late 2030s or early 2040s. NASA probably won't fund something like this, but maybe a billionaire would.